There, welcome back. I'm John from Advanced. I'm here with Brandon. And Advanced viewers, we are joined today by our dear friends over at
Let's Talk in English. All right, 没错，今天就是 Advanced 跟大说的一个组合，对，这比较特别一点，等一下就会知道为什么了。All right,
today we wanted to team up because it's been a special journey today. Brandon, I'll let you share a little bit more, as you can see in the title.
All right, well, thank you guys, first of all, for joining today. It's really great to see you. We can't see you, but we trust that you're on the other side of the camera. And I do have some big news. This will be my last live stream for Advanced. And I'm ending my time here at Studio Classroom, and I'm moving back to the United States just in actually a few days, actually. So my family and I were moving. I wish they could be here today, but they couldn't. But I just want to say thank you for all of your loyal, listening and reading and all of the things that you've done to engage with Advanced. It's been a pleasure to serve you and be here on this team for several years.
Yeah, well, thank you for your faithful service. We wore our Friend for Life shirts to remind you that we are your friends here for life, and we appreciate everything that you've done. So in this day and age with technology, even when your friends move to another country, you can still talk to them. So as sad as we are, maybe you can send us questions for Brandon, and we can bug him. And so Brandon he's moving far away, but he's not gone.
Well, here,
yes.
So, friends, today I'm kind of sad, actually. I know this day has been coming for a while, and it's never easy when a friend says goodbye. Today we would like to talk a little bit about the idea of moving to a different country. Brandon, you're moving back to your homeland, right? You were born in the U.S.
Yes.
Sometimes we say the U.S. of A, if we want to be funny. The U.S. of A.
That's right. The U.S. of A. was born in Tennessee. I'm from the city of Memphis nearby. I'm moving back to the city of Nashville, which is 3 hours away, with my wife and son, Judah. Mm-hmm. And so we are excited about that, but it's a big change, right? So lots of transitions coming. So it's also kind of scary.
Yeah. So I was also born in the U.S. David, you spent some time in the States as well, in the West Coast?
I did. So I have... 没错，好，我用一点中文。But I spent 3 years in Washington State, 就是西雅图那边. Yes. All right, so you want to do the question?
对, let's get into 一个问题. Let's ask our question for today. What part of the USA would you want to visit, and why?
I'll go first. Because, like you said, I've been in the West Coast, but I've not been to the East Coast. 其实东岸我没有去过，所以我很想要去东岸。Whether it's New York or down even to Florida.
Yeah. Disney World down in Florida. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of things you can see in the United States, a lot of different areas. So in the West Coast, New York City?
Yes. Or East Coast.
Okay, East Coast. The East Coast. From coast to coast. You're going back. What are you the most excited to see?
Food. And family.
The food.
No, I'm excited to see family and eat some. Southern food has its own culture, its own culture around that. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to just reestablish my life there, but also, as I said earlier, it's kind of scary because you have to form new relationships. I have so many wonderful relationships here in Taiwan. I've been here for more than 13 years, and so that will be really difficult. It's exciting to start a new season, but then ask me in 6 months. I don't know. We'll see how things go, right? It's a challenge.
Yeah. Well, it's a big transition too. So, like you say. So let's go to our poll question. I want to hear your thoughts. What do you think? This is our poll for today. David, you can also say it in Chinese. What is the most difficult thing about moving to another country, having a different language, different food, a different culture, the way families and people act, or the different laws, the new rules, maybe driving on a certain side of the road, or different rules about how you drive or what you have to do for paperwork.
Yeah, 没错，大家所有的观众们，你们也可以回答 ，OK？ 所以问题呢？问题不见了。
What is the most difficult thing?
Okay, 所以对 ，What is the most difficult thing about moving to another country？ 到一个新的国家的时候，对你来说要克服什么比较难的？像是不管是语言啊、食物，或者是那个 culture， 就是文化，还有不同的一些法规。
对啊。
其实很多人觉得说，可能食物过不去啊，那面包太硬啊，或什么的。But you know.
All right, Evangeline, yes, we should all take a trip to his hometown, Nashville. Nashville is famous for country music. That's right.
Come on, you can visit anytime.
Country music is a lot of fun, and the styles have changed over the years. But I think, even though it's not all that common of an instrument anymore, the banjo, if you know what a banjo is, try to describe it in the comments below. They've got steel strings.
Well, you know what? Teacher David Morton has a banjo, so maybe next time we can invite him to play a little bit.
Him and Hazel can certainly play it. B, you say culture shock. Thank you, by the way, for signing up for our channel. Culture shock. And that is the word we actually wanted to talk about, so I'm glad you mentioned it. Sophie, hi, you say, I'd like to visit the east side for visiting Ellis Island. Yeah, you know what's on Ellis Island? There's the famous Statue of Liberty right before Ellis Island, which is where immigrants, typically from Europe, were processed. So it's a very famous spot for immigrating to the United States. Okay, culture shock. I'm glad you brought that up. How would you translate that into a Chinese phrase? Culture shock.
Culture shock 可能你在 Google 上面会看到就是一些文化冲击，就是可能你觉得说，亚洲人习惯的一些事情，到那边他们做的方法完全不一样。
对 and there's something called reverse culture shock that Brandon's about to go into.
Oh, yes.
He has adjusted to the new culture. 新的 culture 中文怎么说？
就是文化。
新的文化。So now he's going back to his home culture, so he'll see how weird Americans are.
I have a story. And I'm talking about my mom here. 我的妈妈，我们以前暑假都会去德国。But we never go very long. We always go 2 weeks or 3 weeks because my mom is so used to the 方便 in Taiwan. Yes, 在德国很不方便，所以她想要赶快回来台湾。
Yeah,
that's reverse culture shock.
Reverse culture shock. Yeah, well, it's definitely something to think about. When you first came to Taiwan, what was the biggest culture shock?
There's so many people. I grew up in the countryside, right? So there are so many trees like surrounding me when I walk out the door, and here there's buildings and people, and so I think that was hard to get used to because I didn't grow up in the city.
Interesting. So that's a kind of culture shock you can experience in about any country. The culture shock between city culture and rural, R-U-R-A-L.
I could experience in my own country as well.
David Lee says, let's go. Hi, David. You're commenting on our stream. Mary. Hi, Mary. Is it dangerous to live in New York? But I heard that New York is not safe. Well, Mary, actually, it's quite a safe spot. But because there are so many millions of people, there are many dangerous things that sometimes happen. Just remember, people, when we get together, we often cause trouble. But New York is a very safe place to live. My sister lives there with her 2 small boys. They go out to the park all the time. You hear the worst stories from any city, but I would definitely encourage going there. Obviously, be safe, be careful, keep your eyes on where you're walking. Hi, hello, and Ron Earth. Can you translate that comment for me, David?
I can't see.
Okay. Ron, hi, we'll get back to your comment, hopefully, and it's good to talk to you. So, does anyone have a trip that they are planning, and is anyone worried about culture shock? Our poll is coming in. David, what are the results?
Yes, so when we first started, more people said language, but now that we can see, 47% say the culture shock.
We've been talking about culture shock. Sorry to scare anybody. This word shock, how would you translate that word shock, guys?
Translate?
Yeah, or just, can someone describe the word shock?
Like you're just surprised.
Okay, yeah. Like an extreme surprise, though, right?
Right. It's also like more of an emotional shock, right?
Yeah,
it's not like you put your hand into like an outlet, but it's like kind of that shock to your system, right? Because you're like, what's going on around me? Well, right?
Mm-hmm. And sometimes when you're in shock, I think of shock. When I hear the word shock, I think about ice water, 冰水, like falling into ice water and your body goes into shock. That's a medical term. To go into shock means even if your mind is there, your body is just shutting down and there are different reactions. So Culture shock is like that. What's wrong with me? I feel so weird. I'm in another culture.
但是我还是想要鼓励大家，尤其是现在，因为 it is so easy to travel everywhere. Even if you are shocked, you can still get used to it. You don't have to say no. I'm never touching that. So I just want to encourage you guys.
I mean, I tried stinky tofu, right? So
if you can do stinky tofu, you can do what are things that people don't like?
Blue cheese.
Blue cheese.
Blue cheese, yeah. So hi, Luna. Hi, Luna. New York City, of course, that's where you want to go. You said you prefer a modern city. There's a lot to see. Good public transport, Fifth Avenue, Times Square. Even I've been to those places. Yes. I'd like to visit again. I feel embarrassed because my sister is there, but we've moved so much in the last couple of years that I haven't been to Times Square.
Oh,
I know. I feel like I'm like barely.
You gotta go. That's a tough time to go. I hear people wear diapers because they have to save their place in line. That would be a culture shock even for me.
Shocking. Hi, Mary. You say yes. I agree that culture shock is a big problem. Like I live in Bangkok now. Oh, cool. Are you from Taiwan originally? I'm not used to seeing people sitting on the ground. Yeah, it's actually really convenient. Just to sit on the ground and just hang out. It's a great way to rest. But not every place does that. That was one of the tests when I came to Taiwan. I was asked if I could do this where you sit with your feet flat. I could do it.
The Asian squat.
Yes. But some people...
I still can't do it.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I don't practice that often.
But anyway, Maria, yes, I wish we should get Maria on the live stream here sometime. Maria! So, friends, well, we're really happy you're joining us. Please say your goodbyes to Brandon in the comments. Any blessings for him on his way. Will you miss the stinky tofu, says Evangeline, when you go to the USA?
My honest answer is no. But I'll come back to Taiwan and be reacquainted with the stinky tofu sometime.
What is something that you are going to miss? Like
the tea shops. I love the tea shops and the convenience. Taipei is probably one of the most convenient places on earth, so I'll miss that. You can walk out your door and eat at like any place right around your neighborhood. It's great.
You can pay your taxes at 7-Eleven. That's how convenient it is. That's how convenient it is. You can print things out. I thought there were a lot of 7-Eleven stores in Los Angeles. When I went to Chicago, I thought, wow, lots of 7-Eleven stores. When I went to Los Angeles, there's like 3 7-Eleven stores in every neighborhood. Then I came to Los Angeles, or to Taipei.
Every corner.
I was like, yeah, there's like 3 on every corner. Like you don't even have to walk across, on each side of the street there's one sometimes.
And there's Family Mart,
literally.
All of them.
Wow, all the other marts. Okay, well, we love you guys. God bless.
Yes,
really, may God bless you in your travels, and we'll, yes. I'm going to cry. Okay, so we appreciate you watching. Don't forget to join if you're on our channel. Brandon, says Mary, please come back soon. There we go. There you said it. Come back soon, okay?
谢谢你们. We will come back. We love you guys. 我们爱台湾. 谢谢.
Yeah.
Also, 所以就是下个月的大家说英语的直播就是今天跟他们一起合作。All right. 所以呢，我们7月再见。拜拜。
谢谢。